Welcome to section 2 in this course on SvelteKit for beginners. In this section, we're going to learn all about loading data in our SvelteKit application. Now, the first question is, why data loading? Well, in the previous section, we learned about file-based routing in SvelteKit. We were able to navigate to different URLs and load the corresponding page in the browser. We created a page that can render a list of products, a page that can dynamically render product details, and also created layouts which behave as wrappers for one or more pages. But you might have noticed these pages contain static hard-coded content into the HTML. Now, this is rare in production-ready applications. Typically, you would reach out to an external source to provide you with the data necessary to render a particular route. For example, to display this list of products, you will probably make an API call or directly fetch products from a database. Similarly, for product details page, you will extract the product ID from the URL and use it as part of the API request or to query the database by product ID. For a layout, you will perhaps fetch a list of navigation links applicable for that route. But the bottom line is that in a real-world application, loading data from an external source is quite common. And SvelteKit, being the lovely framework it is, ships with certain conventions to make your life of loading data in an application a lot easier. There's quite a bit to learn in this section, so we will tackle them one at a time. In this video, I want to focus on setting up some code which will prepare us better for the upcoming videos. Alright, I've reopened VS Code inside the parent SvelteKit folder. First, we are going to generate a new SvelteKit app which we are going to use for this second section on data loading. In the terminal, within the SvelteKit folder, run the command npm create svelte at latest sk-loading-data. Select skeleton project, no for TypeScript, yes for ESLint and Prettier, no for Playwright and vtest. When the command completes, a new project folder should be created. Next, navigate inside the new folder, so cd sk-loading-data, and run the command npm install. Once the dependencies are installed, run the command npm run dev. This should start our application on localhost port 5173. Now that our app is up and running, let's add a new route. Within the source folder, within the routes folder, create a new folder called products. Within this folder, create a new plus page.svelte file. For the HTML, an h1 tag that says list of products. Now, in the root page, let's add a link to the newly created route. /products, and the text is products. If we now head back to the browser, we see the products link. Click on the link, and it takes us to the products list page. What we would like to do here is display a list of products that is loaded from an external API. That external API does not exist yet. So for the second part, we are going to set up a very simple products API in under 2 minutes. Begin by installing a package called JSON Server. npm install JSON Server. This package lets you create fake REST APIs with zero config. Next, within the sk-loading-data folder, I'm going to create a new file called db.json. Within this file, I'm going to copy-paste an array of product data. There are 3 products in total, and each product has an ID, title, price, and description. Next, in package.json, I'm going to add a new script. We're going to call this serve.json. And the script will create an API endpoint on localhost port 4000 serving the list of products. The command is JSON server with a watch flag, the file name db.json, and port 4000. Now, in the terminal, we can run npm run serve.json. Head to the browser, navigate to localhost 4000/products, which is the key for our JSON, and you can see the list of products being returned. If you add an ID after /products, it returns the individual product data. Pretty powerful, as you can see. You're able to create fake REST API endpoints by simply defining a JSON file. The JSON server package has a lot more features, and I recommend you explore the package in your free time. For now, this product list is all we need. With that, our project setup is now complete. In the next video, let's see how to load this data in our /products page. Thank you for watching. Please do consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.